the cash envelope budget, how to use it to get what you want, avoid overspending, and ultimately achieve financial freedom. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now at this point, I'm guessing you probably already heard of the cash envelope budgeting system. If not, that's okay because it's a super basic system and it is also highly effective. So in this video, I want to discuss all the details behind this budget. I want to help get you set up with the cash envelope budget if you haven't done so yet, and I also want to point out how this budget can help you get anything that you want. It'll help you avoid overspending, and ultimately, when used over long periods of time, it'll help you achieve financial freedom. Sounds pretty complicated, right? Well, I can assure you it is not complicated at all. This is possibly one of the easiest budgets in the world, which is exactly why it is probably so effective for so many people. So let's get into it and discuss all the details. I want to lay it out for you, and then I also want to throw in a couple little twists out there that I think could make it a little bit more effective for you and your own situation. So let's get into it. All right, so first off, now historically and traditionally, most people would take their take-home pay as in whatever is after-tax income. So for example, let's just say that you earn $1,000 a month, and after taxes, you take home $750. That would be your take-home pay. So traditionally, most people would take their take-home pay, and then they would distribute it among all of these different envelopes or folders, which, quick side note, in order to get this done, what you'll need is a handful of envelopes. And when I say handful, I'm simply mean it could be 3, it could be 5, it could be 10, whatever you see fit for however many categories you see for your situation. You can be very specific, or you could be somewhat broad. It doesn't matter. It's all down to your personality, your comfort, and again, your finances and what you see fit for your situation. Again, everybody's situation is different. Everybody's personality is different. Therefore, a different system is going to be required and or needed for every single personality. So basically some envelopes, some folders, or some kind of vesicle to hold physical cash. I mean, literally, you could use old soup cans. You might want to rinse them out first and maybe dry them out. I mean, honestly, it's not really that practical, but at the end of the day, if you wanted to use some old soup cans, by all means, go at it. You can do that too, right? So anyway, that's all I wanted to make the point about as far as what you would need to get this done. But again, then most people would take their take-home pay and or, like I said, their after-tax income and distribute it among these different vesicles, as in envelopes or folders, to determine how much they're going to be spending on those different categories each and every month. Great. That's historically what most people do. However, here's what I want to say about this. Yes, it's a great concept, but let's be real here. Do we really need to have a category for necessities? Necessities being things like maybe a rent, mortgages, car payments, phone bills, utilities, student loans, all kinds of stuff like this. Do we really need a category for that? Again, do what you see fit for your personality and what you see fit for your situation. Again, if you want to do it, by all means, go at it and make a folder for that. But here's the thing. Do we see ourselves overspending on the rent? I mean, every month when your rent comes up, do you get all jacked up and excited? Yes, I can't wait to overspend on my rent this month. Yeah, great, right? Or how about your phone bill? Oh man, I'm so excited. I can't wait to overpay my phone bill this month. This is going to be great. It's only $52 and I'm excited to pay $100 on my phone bill. This is going to be great, right? No, that's not what it is anyway. At least if you're one of those people, I'd like to hear from you, and I'd like to know why you're so excited on overpaying for all of this stuff. But for the most part, the vast majority of us don't get excited, and we simply do not overpay on the necessities, right? When it comes down to, insurance on the car, our rent, our mortgage, utilities, our phone bills, the electricity bill, all the stuff like this, we generally pay right down to the penny. If it's $12.22, by all means, we're probably paying $12.22. I know that I am anyway. So when it comes down to that, that's not where we really see the problem. Here's where the problem comes in. We generally overspend when it comes down to the wants category. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? So when it comes down to maybe spending money on going out to eat with friends, or maybe going out and grabbing that expensive $6 cup of coffee and 3 sips later it's gone. You know what I'm talking about. I love them too, right? But I try not to do it all that much because it gets really expensive really, really fast, right? So here's what I would recommend going forward. And again, do what you see fit for your situation. Again, there is no, line in the sand. There's no rules. There's no law that says you must do it this way, otherwise you're out of here. No, it doesn't matter at all. You got to figure out which works best for you. And again, maybe this budget isn't even best for you. That's okay, because there's only like 5 million other budgeting strategies out in the world. So if this one isn't the best for you, then who cares? Let's just find a different one for you, which, by the way, I do have other videos here on the channel where I talk about other budgets. And of course, I will have more of those budgeting videos coming up. So make sure to subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. And you don't even need to put a dollar into the envelope in order to subscribe. It's 100% free. So make sure to subscribe down below. All right. So here's what it comes down to. What I would recommend going forward is, with some money that you have, allocate how much you want to dedicate toward your entertainment or your wants folder or envelope. Now again, this could be whatever you see fit. Maybe you're somebody that loves to go out to the movies. So maybe you say, I'm going to allocate $100 per month to go out to the movies. I'm going to be real with you. I don't go out to movies, so I don't even know. How much are movies even costing these days? Are they like $20 a movie? Honestly, I don't even know. I think the last time I was at a movie was like quite a few years ago, and I think it was like $12. But the fact of the matter is, let's just say, hypothetically, you allocate $100 to your movie fund each and every month. That means you can go out to maybe 3 movies to buy, your tickets, and then all of your concessions or whatever else you get as well. So whatever you allocate for that folder or that envelope for the month, that's it. When you run out of money out of that envelope, you're done until the next month when you can give it a little refill. However, here's the cool part about it. Let's just say, for example, in your wants category, you have it narrowed down to, say, going out to eat, you have it on coffee, and you have it for movies. These are 3 things that are important to you. And again, it could be all kinds of different categories. Again, decide to choose as many categories as you see fit for your situation, but let's just roll with these 3 categories for an example. So let's just say in all these categories, you put $100 in each of these categories. Seems like a lot of money for coffee over the course of a month, but, it's $6 a pop. It's only about 18, 17 coffees, so it's not really that many, right? But anyway, let's just say that you fund all of these with $100. Here's what it comes down to. Let's just say that you go wild one month and you go and eat all of your coffee fund, right? So you go and get your 16 or 17, 18 coffees and you spend your entire $100. Cool. But let's just say you're only, say, 20 days into the month. Okay, well, guess what? You're done. You're done until the end of the month, until the next month comes around where you can refund the coffee. So you may want to actually, be a little bit conservative a little bit on that and kind of plan out when you're going to get those coffees. But let's just say that you don't spend any of that money within the restaurant fund and or the other fund that you had, the movies. So that means you have $100 for both of those. You have $200 extra. Here's what I like to do. And again, you can do what you see fit for your situation, but here's what I would recommend. Take that money at the course of every month. When you go in at the course of the first of the month or whenever that you decide to refund your envelopes or your folders, empty them all out first and take all that money, push it over into savings and or debt pay down, and then start over at 0 at the beginning of the month every single month. Pretty cool strategy, because here's the thing. If all of a sudden you don't empty out your envelopes, over the course of time, if you don't historically spend all that money, then guess what? It's just going to keep stacking up. And then all of a sudden, 3 months later, 4 months, 6 months later, all of a sudden you got a couple $100 sitting in the envelope in your movie fund, and it's like, well, what should I do with it now? Now all of a sudden you go and you splurge and you spend it all. Again, would be a pretty fun time, but at the end of the day, is that the best solution? Probably not. So what I like to do is actually go into the folders or the envelopes at the start of every month and empty everything out, starting at 0. That's what I get to start with. And any money that is left over, if there is any, it gets pushed into savings and or debt pay down, right? So that's what's kind of cool about it, because every month I'm starting over at 0. And then all of that excess, if there is any, don't get me wrong, some of the envelopes and some of the folders are completely empty at the end of the month. And that's okay because I've allocated for that. However, there are certainly some that still have cash within them, some that I completely forget about and like, hey, wait, what about this one? I totally forgot I had some money sitting here. So then I take that all out, all the envelopes are empty, and then push that over into savings and or debt pay down, and then we're starting over at zero once again for the start of the next month. So then all of a sudden you get to refund your envelopes. And again, be somewhat consistent as well for a little while because you're going to start to see trends over time where all of a sudden your coffee envelope is empty every single month and it's only the 20th of the month. How could I possibly deprive myself of my favorite drink, my coffee, for the next 10 days of the month? Well, you might want to, kind of schedule that out a little bit more carefully. And then let's just say that you are always drawing down, for example, your coffee fund, but yet maybe your restaurant and or other entertainment fund is maybe always stacked with a little bit of cash. Again, be consistent for a while because you're going to start to see these trends over time. And again, a lot of this comes with the seasonality. Whether we're in summer or we're in winter, you might use different funds differently. For example, let's just say that we're in the winter. You're probably going to be more prone to using up all of your coffee just because it's hot or it's cold out and you might want to go get a hot coffee, right? And whereas, let's just say it's the winter, you might be more prone to using your restaurant and your movie fund simply because all of a sudden, what's there to do in the winter? It's cold. Why don't I go sit in a movie? Sounds like a great plan, right? Whereas maybe you have a different fund that's specific to maybe warmer months, and all of a sudden when the winter rolls around, well, hey, check it out. It's always full of cash because obviously I'm not going to go play outside in the middle of winter when it's cold out, right? So anyway, I would suggest being a little bit consistent for at least a few months and start to pay attention to the trends that you're seeing with your own spending. But again, the way that I want you to achieve financial freedom with all of this is that by taking all of your envelopes and emptying them all out at the beginning of the month or at the end of whenever you are about to refill again, empty them all out, push all that cash over into debt pay down and or savings, and then refill. Keep doing that. And remember this much. This is how you can avoid overspending. As soon as your envelope is empty, it's done. Don't be going back. Here's the thing. It's like going to the casino, right? The worst thing about going to the casino is you put some money in and then you feel like it's the next pull. I swear it's going to be the next pull. I'm just going to pull an extra 20 out of my pocket. And then you burn up the 20 and you think, wait, it's going to be the next one. I know for sure this time it's going to be the next one. You pull out another 20 and you throw it in and it sure enough wasn't it. Sounds kind of weird, right? But that's the thing. Once your envelope is empty, it's empty. Game over. Get up and walk away. Same thing goes with the envelope system here as well, right? So the cash envelope budgeting system. So hope this one helps you out. But again, I know that most of you probably already know about this system, which is, again, I didn't want to talk about too much of the basics because obviously you probably already know that. But I wanted to share with you some of the strategies of how this can help you ultimately still get everything that you want, because ultimately, if you're funding your envelopes, you're still spending the money on what you want. And then by not spending all of your money, you're emptying it all out, you're pushing it over into savings and or debt pay down, again, funding your future. Not bad, right? Because here's the thing. If you sacrifice today, you can have a lot more fun probably tomorrow. So a little sacrifice today goes a long way in the future, right? I think we've all been there. We all know that. A little bit today is going to be a huge payout in the future. So just want to throw that out there. But anyway, I want to share some quick strategies with you, some different ideas how you can approach the cash envelope budgeting system. But again, play around with it a little bit. There's no rule. There's no law. You're not going to get locked up if you do it your own little secret way. It doesn't matter at all. You can use envelopes. You can use folders. You can use color-coded folders or envelopes. You can use soup cans. You can use whatever you want. Old coffee cans like your grandpa. Seriously, let's be real. Everybody's grandpa did that, right? Throw a bunch of change in an old metal coffee can? Remember those? Probably sitting out in the garage somewhere. I mean, let's be real. We've all seen it, right? There's probably a bunch of screws thrown in there too, right? Screws and nails thrown in with the change. So anyway, I hope this video helps you out. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. I do my best to read as many as possible and, of course, respond to as many as possible as well. So again, I hope this video helps you, and I hope it gives you some ideas, but play around with it. That's the best thing I can say to do, but do yourself a favor going forward. When you can, push some of that money over to the side into the savings / debt pay down, and you're going to be happy about it. Fast forward a year, 2 years, 3 years by doing this system, and you're going to be super happy when you all of a sudden look at your debts and say, wait, what debts? Yeah, they're all gone. See ya, debts, right? So anyway, Hope this video helps you out. Again, please make sure to subscribe down below. It's totally free to do so. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos right here on the channel. There's a lot going on and a lot of really great content right here on the channel, and I will certainly have way more budgeting videos, money hack type videos, and other things, how you can expand your income, bring in more income, passive income, all kinds of different things, investing, all kinds of stuff like that. I'm here for you. I want to share all this information with you so you can expand your financial future and ultimately stop working for the man. That's the goal of everybody, right? So anyway, hope this one helps you out. Enjoy your day. Thanks so much for watching this. Subscribe, share, go back and check out the others, and enjoy your day. I'll catch you again later in the next